All right, we are live. Hi guys, this is Thunder E from Borderwork, and welcome to our Interstellar trailer review. I think this is trailer number
Three.
three. Yes, so we
Yes.
will change it to trailer number three. I just wasn't sure. All I know is that Lexia told me the trailer was out. I went to go check it, and then he said his mind was blown. He probably changed his pants too.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah, so in our usual tradition here, we're going to play the trailer. I'm gonna share my screen so you can actually check that out, and we're gonna walk through some of the things. Now, I'm gonna miss a couple of things in there, here and that, but we're gonna try and dissect the trailer, and then we'll talk about our reactions here for this. So let's go ahead and let's go to our trailer right there. Can you see my screen?
Yep, yep.
All right, I'm just gonna leave the image on my screen, and let us start. All right, so it's all black. There is a voiceover here. Talks about how we used to look to the stars, but now people are looking to the dirt, and pretty much talking about how this world is dire. Something is going wrong. They haven't told us specifically. It looks like there might be a water problem. I don't know, but
It's a food problem, actually.
yeah, it's okay. It's a food problem, except
Yeah,
of course you can still see crops outside. So
yeah. I didn't get that part.
yeah. I didn't get it. So you can see crops right here, and then this sand and dust everywhere. The Paramount logo. Legendary Pictures, Cinecorp, and then you hear a countdown like T minus, 10 all the way down, and you see this huge sandstorm coming up as people are playing baseball, but no one's really running. So to me, I think this is normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you can see people looking at it, like if I saw a sandstorm, I'll be running. I mean, I know Lex would probably like just dust me and be out of there.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is just like if it's like almost gonna be like the end of the world, they're pretty chill playing baseball. So that's the only part I don't get.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
And you can see how people just casually getting up, and you see they're putting on their
Okay,
mask
this must be
here.
normal. Okay.
Yeah, and then we get to cutscene. We get to see more of the spaceship in here. Again, please, whether it's Elon Musk, whether it's NASA, leave my Starship Enterprise so I can leave. Okay, I can go to some fun place out there and check it out. But anyway, we see the inside of the spaceship, and still countdown. And he says, "How long am I gone, Professor?" He's talking to Michael Caine, Matthew McConaughey, and you see he's covering his daughter in the car. And Michael Caine says, I'm asking you to trust me. You see more of the spaceship.
Yeah, he's like an engineer. Like he's actually a pilot. Like he actually has experience with this, so that's why they're coming to him.
To him, exactly. He's a very experienced astronaut slash engineer.
Yeah.
And you would think they would want to use someone without at least kids for a trip like this. But when when the planet is dying of hunger, I guess, maybe so. Remember, save all the Twinkie bars you can save.
Yeah. Those things don't
Because
rot, man.
yeah, exactly. He hugs his son here, and his daughter's asking when's he coming back, and he can't really answer her because he doesn't know. And just look at that spaceship. I mean, I love the design of the spaceship in here. It's very futuristic, but still very modern day. It doesn't look like it's something from,
Star Trek.
Star Trek, but it looks like it's like the beginning stages. You know what I mean? Like this is how we would start off first altogether, and then so that is
His son.
his son, who is Ben Affleck's brother, Casey Affleck. So it's Casey Affleck, his son, who he hugged a couple of scenes ago. He's now older, so which means there's going to be a lot of time jump at least, or at least we'll see certain aspects where the son's older, and maybe might be some references when the son's younger.
Hmm.
And then this is a pretty cool scene. So Catwoman, what's her name again? I just
Anne
forgot.
Hathaway.
And thank you. Anne Hathaway asks him a question. Say, couldn't you really just told your daughter you were going to save the world? And that expression on his face, he goes, "No." You know what I mean? Like, I like the fact that this trailer like brings that like parental father, aspect to you to say, look, I'm trying to save the planet, but really it's about my children because
Yeah.
every human being, it's about your family, right?
Hmm.
The ones who are closest to you. So we see that he says no. This continuation of the countdown. He's running. She runs out to the car. That's his daughter. We get a cut scene of black guy here, David Oluwoye, Nigerian. Yes, thank you very
Woo
much.
woo.
And he's going into a cryogenic chamber. It looks like it.
Hmm.
And then she's crying, and you can see he's driving off. This is probably when he's driving off to go,
On the ship.
on
Yeah.
the ship and leave the planet. And then the countdown ends and they take off. Silence.
There's going to be some great acting in this movie. You can just tell from the trailer, like things are just on point with the acting.
Yeah, definitely. And then of course Christopher Nolan. And
The
then
God.
we see the spaceship right there in the right hand corner as it passes Saturn. And you see the wormhole they're talking about. So this is the wormhole that would take them away from our galaxy and into, or at least our solar system, into another aspect of the galaxy or another galaxy. And hopefully we can find new worlds, because Earth is pretty much a junk heap of unedible food.
Yeah.
But even the visuals, like, just look at the visuals.
Yeah,
Like,
the CGI is amazing in this movie.
I just paused this a mid frame. You can see the visuals here. You can see that they're about to jump into hyperspace and go somewhere else entirely. And this thing looks absolutely fantastic. It says Interstellar trailer 2, so I think the first one was a teaser. This is the second trailer.
Yeah, they have like international based ones. So like they have a German one. So that's why I think this is like the third like global trailer. That's what I think it was. So
I see. Director of Inception, Dark Knight trilogy. Now, let me just edge back just a little bit. Now that's his daughter. Sorry, for some reason my internet.
I didn't even realize that. Wow.
That's her again, older. So which means, remember when we saw her at the beginning of this trailer, she was maybe around, I'll say, 10, between 10 to 12. She looks like at least minimum she's in her mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
So at least he's gone for 10 years at this point. Or at least
what I might think? The wormhole might have a different perception of time. So when they go through it,
definitely
years might go by automatically.
I think years will go by, and I think he probably went on a shorter mission, and he comes back looking just the same.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man.
And then the one of the astronauts is telling me you have to think bigger than that. That's Wes Bentley, who is the other astronaut, and you can see this spaceship is above a planet that looks kind of blue. It's not Earth. They're looking out. And then he's thinking about his family and millions of other families. And I love the fact, the connection about, look, everything we do as human beings is selfish to a point. Whether you're thinking on a global scale or small, but sometimes you need something to connect it to you personally. So in his case, he wants to save the world, but saving the world means saving his family, right?
Exactly.
Bring it to that perspective in there. And then you see him on the planet, and then
we see a little interracial love there.
Yes.
Kudos to Christopher Nolan. Big kudos right there. I love that.
Yeah. And then you see, and this is a scene where it looks like he's getting a message, and it looks like that's Saturn outside here. So I think that's the last message at least this is probably the last time he can get solid communication to Earth. So that's Saturn. Looks like that's his son. And Matthew McConaughey is basically crying there. See that red sweater? A red blanket, same blanket in the spaceship. So it looks like he took some stuff with him. He's laughing with his daughter there. Now they're on an alien planet.
We actually get a glimpse of the ship.
Yeah, and the ship has some really cool. You see the spacesuits.
Go back. Did you see that thing spinning? What is that?
That might be some alien entity. That might be part of the ship. I don't know.
That's definitely something attacking them or observing them or something.
Yeah.
That's the alien ship.
And then that comes down, and there's a lot more cut scenes going through, and it cuts to a scene from the spaceship as they're looking out, and Matthew McConaughey, and this lovely shot right there. That is an amazing shot of
that's just
just space and the interstellar travel and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, for people that know Christopher Nolan, they know that he knows how to invoke emotions from his films. And like being in deep space, it's really hard to convey that emptiness feeling. And like just from those slight shots in the trailer, it just seemed like it's going to be gripping emotionally. But on top of that, it looks kind of realistic. I know Christopher Nolan had people that have kind of expertise in this field help him make this movie. I mean, that's just the kind of stuff that he does. So that's really good to see. That's going to be at least a little bit factual to some extent, having
Oh yeah,
wormholes
I
and things
mean,
like
we all
that.
know that interstellar
Yeah,
travel doesn't happen right
yeah,
now. So the basis of it being factual is not there. But again, that trailer showed a lot of things in there. It was about 2 minutes and about 40 or close to 40 seconds altogether. And that trailer had a lot of beef there. You know, I remember when Alex sent me this, I said, picture of the year
yeah.
winner is going to be Christopher Nolan. I'm calling it now. This is the 30th of July. Okay, you heard it here first, Border Work. I say this is going to be movie of the year just because of just what I'm seeing from the scope of this. He may not win Best Director. He may not win. They may not win an acting award, but I think this would be the movie of the year. There's a lot of things in there. What you see in this trailer, first of all, we find out that the world is, I mean, we knew the world was ending, but we've seen that people have taken it as a casual, we're all going to die approach type of thing.
Yep.
You know, we've seen the scene in the baseball field where dust cloud is coming, a dust storm is coming, and everyone's kind of like, okay, yeah, put on a mask, you know, let's get in the car, let's go home, let's bunker down. And then you not get the emotional gripe of his daughter because, you know, to me, it's the kind of thing that I think I would have experienced if say that was my family, just because you could see, at least in the trailer, his son is like, all right, you know, gotta go, you know, whatever, be strong, you're the man type of thing. And his closest, you know, it's always daddy's little girl. You know, there's a reason why that saying is so popular, right? Is because daughters have that way of like melting their father's hearts, of being stoned to be like, ah, my little girl. And, you know, she's asking him, when are you coming home? And he can't answer her. I mean, at least from the trailers, we can see he can't answer her. And he's still thinking about his family. And then we see this world, and, you know, you get this whole mixture of emotions. I think one of the best things this trailer does is create emotions, but you're not even sure where these emotions are coming from.
Yeah.
because it's, you know, I mean, all we've seen is this new world. We don't know if it's habitable or not. We don't know how long he's gone for. We know his daughter's longing for dad, you know, and dad's not around altogether. I will say, though, that at Comic-Con, Christopher Nolan showed up at Comic-Con, and they did showcase some aspect of the movie. They showed an alien planet. They showed something that looked like an alien spaceship altogether.
No,
know?
this was the trailer that they played at Comic-Con.
No, it was longer than this.
It was longer?
Yeah, it's longer than this. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
They showed some steals and some other stuff too. So, like I said, this movie is one that is going to be big. And one thing I like about Christopher Nolan, if you notice his track record of how he uses actors, right? He likes to reuse his actors to a certain degree. The longest person, of course, being Michael Caine. He's been in probably most of his movies.
Yeah.
You know, all the way back from the Prestige, you know. Yeah. Through the Dark Knight trilogy into Inception. Yeah, but he does piggyback. I was surprised Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't in this. You know,
it would have been too much, because I feel like whenever Leonardo DiCaprio's in a movie, he's the lead role, regardless of what's going on in the world. So if you use him, who cares about the world? Leonardo DiCaprio's the
No. But remember, Leo and the balance in Django was great. I mean, you had great actors in Django, and it was well balanced too.
Yeah, so. But it was a different director.
I think Christopher Nolan would be fine. And again, Matthew McConaughey has shown that, look, he is no pushover. He's here. I mean,
it's about time, man.
Yeah.
His track record is pretty bad.
After his work in Dallas Buyers Club and then True Detective on HBO. Whew. Have you seen True Detective yet?
I've seen one episode.
Yeah, you need to watch the whole season, man. He is intense. Yes. Oh, that is a very good show. So I think, you know, seeing that, and you can see the emotion. The reason why, especially that scene where she goes, couldn't you just told your daughter that you were going to go save the world? He's like, nope. I mean, it's not like he was like, you could see in his eyes and his face, he was like, I don't lie to my daughter about that. I can't. Because I don't know if I'm going to save the world. You know, I don't know if we're going to go anywhere. We could die, like entering the wormhole, just like done.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the end of everything. So, you know.
Also to mention, he usually does reuse his soundtracks, or the people that makes them, and Hans Zimmer is also behind the soundtrack of this movie. So again, if you guys get a chance to actually watch the trailer, the music in the background, it just, again, adds to that emotion aspect. Like, this is going to be the best movie of the year. Like, it's just a guaranteed. And Gravity won the Best Picture. and that's based on space, and it's not nearly as much action as you're going to see in this movie.
Well,
So
I think if you look at some of the things, there's some similarities in there. In feel. One thing that Gravity helped, especially if you watch Gravity in the theaters, if you watched it 3D, and that first 30 minutes where he did not cut the scene, it was one whole scene. Everything was in one flow. That made me feel almost helpless in space.
yeah, that's the emotion aspect of that. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
All you see is a dark abyss around you.
And
what are you going to do?
Exactly, this big ball. And the same thing with this is like I could get some of that feeling of like, oh, we don't know where we're going. We don't know if we're gonna save the world type of thing. So I kind of that feeling altogether. We have a couple of comments here. One from Monty saying the movie looks so good. Can't wait for it. I got goosebumps just watching the trailer. LOL. Yes, you got goosebumps. Just like Alex. Alex. I think Alex changed his pants.
I'll be honest. I had a braingasm when I saw the movie, and like once that was over, I had to let Mr. Innabong over here know that things are going down. So I mean it's Christopher Nolan. That's really all that needs to be said. So
Oh, okay, I see. So this is from William Wallace. He says the crop fields are growing, but there's nothing in them. He says like an apple tree grows, but no apples, so nothing was producing fruit.
gotcha.
There was no crop fruits going out, but you can still eat leaves.
Yeah, I mean maybe even the food itself is like tainted or something.
Something, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's probably what it is. We'll see how that is. Lou Rod says off topic, but what is the name of your stand that you use for your videos? Oh yeah, that's right, Lou Rod. It's from Spigen. He's talking about the stand I use for smartphones when I put them on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you go to Spiegel's website, I'll post a link up there for you. But Spiegel has a stand. It's like $20 or so. It's really nice and it works out well. So you can check it out at Spiegen.com in there. But yeah, I mean this trailer is really it's cool. It's a really cool trailer where we didn't get the hype from it from Comic-Con because then again Batman Superman came and just kind of like
I mean, even then, I mean, Christopher Nolan kind of wrote the story of Man of Steel, so it's kind of transitioning into that. Was Zack Snyder kind of following the great success of Man of Steel? So even again, Christopher Nolan's hand and essence is on that movie in some way. So you have to understand. Like he's so great.
You're like his hands in essence. I will say though, like if he does this, if this movie is that successful, it doesn't have to be $1 billion, but it does well in the box office, and everybody's like, this would be a string of solid successes. Because I mean, I started watching his first. Well, I don't think that's his first movie. The first movie I watched was Memento. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I mean I think Following was like his intro, and then he wrote that story, and then Memento was the actual screenplay.
Yeah. And then he did a movie with I believe it's Al Pacino and Robin Williams, which I didn't watch that. A lot of people said it critically was good, but he didn't do well in the box office. And then he went on to do the Dark Knight trilogy, Prestige, Interstellar. Everything has just been like a gold mine. Man of Steel in there too. You want to throw around in. Yes, some people have bitched about certain things, but you know what? This is what I tell you about Man of Steel. You don't like it?
This is how I feel, and I said this. I think we were on an HP event, and some guy had the nerve to tell me that Superman Returns was better than Man of Steel. If you're one of those people, please stop watching this video right now. Thank you.
So now that we've put our bias in this review, so give us your thoughts. What do you think about Interstellar trailer? I believe this is trailer 2 or 3. I don't know. I'll cross-check to make sure, and I'll change the description title. But what do you think of Interstellar? Do you like the trailer? Are you at least are you engaged? Are you happy about it? Are you excited? Is this something that you want to see? And also, what are your theories? What are your theories? What are your theories about the causes the crops not to give fruit, and also your theories about where they will end up? It could be something scientifically factual. If you know some place in the Crab Nebula that has human life, let us know. It'll be fun. Let us know what you think. And we have one more from Blue Rod 76. This is a quick one. I'm just going to ask you if you've seen it. What are your thoughts on the Hobbit trailer?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't like the Hobbit series, so I don't watch it.
Okay, so he
Yeah,
doesn't like the Hobbit series. I saw
yeah.
it. It looked much better. It looks like they've been, it's up the ante, especially from the way the last two were. So, I didn't do a trailer review for it, but it looked much better, and I was like, okay, yeah, there's some war going on. That's right. Whew! So we'll see. But going back to Interstellar, leave me your thoughts on what you think about Interstellar. Again, Alex, thank you for joining us today. Quickly, I know it was kind of last minute because since we're all busy and doing stuff all around. But appreciate it. Guys, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and favorite this video, and also hit the subscribe button top right-hand corner of your screen. Or if you're watching on a smartphone, just go to the description below. You see subscribe, just hit it. Subscribe to the channel, and you can definitely check out more content from us: video games, movies, tech.
Tech, everything movies,
Yeah,
anything entertainment based, we got you.
yeah. So thank you very much, and always enjoy entertainment.